What's up, everyone? Welcome to Legacy Wealth Academy. I'm Dan Rivers.
What's up, guys? Mike Savage.
Yep, we're here with Synergy Stays, and we're going to chat a little bit about short-term rentals. We know it's the cool and sexy investment, or at least it has been over the last couple of years. So we wanted to hop right in and just talk a little bit about why invest in short-term rentals, why we do, and why you should invest in short-term rentals.
There's been a lot of misconceptions out there about investing in short-term rentals, I think, right? Like I was actually just reading an article this morning. It was focused on Joshua Tree, California, and I think it was titled like, "The Dream of Airbnb is Over." Talked about all the people that are jumping off the Airbnb bandwagon now. A lot of people think, we're going through this Airbnb bust, and what they're not realizing is that the demand for short-term rentals is as high as it's ever been, but competition has definitely escalated over these last couple of years. And the truth of the matter is, especially a lot of traditional real estate investors, they're kind of approaching it completely backwards. They're not applying the proper methodology to investing in short-term rentals. They're trying to take that traditional methodology that worked with our BRRRRs and our flips and everything else we're doing in real estate, and that just doesn't work with short-term rentals.
And I think one of the unique things, and if you think about it from the person that wants to stay at a short-term rentals perspective, my wife and I were going to travel, and we have a baby. We have a 2.5-year-old daughter. We don't want to stay in a hotel. Staying in a hotel is kind of a pain. What are we going to get, 2 rooms? I'm not going to put her in her room alone, but she doesn't sleep well with us. So short-term rentals are very much alive, and as you said, very popular because people like myself, I want to go stay in a house somewhere. I'm not really going to spend much more money than on a hotel, and I can have a separate bedroom for my daughter. So she could sleep a lot better than in a hotel room. We can actually, hang out for a couple hours after she goes to bed. And I just think it's a very needed asset amongst the entire United States. I think in some areas it pops a little bit more than others, but I think short-term rentals, as you mentioned, are very much alive. It's just how you properly invest in them. And making sure that you do the proper research and invest differently, like you said, than a normal traditional rental.
Yeah, exactly. So again, short-term rentals are very much alive. They're here to stay, right? Going back to that methodology, right? Like, as traditional real estate investors, we're looking for deals, right? Mm-hmm. Like we're trying to find that spread, typically in equity in a property, and that's what we jump on. And so that's what we see at Synergy Stays. We have so many investors come to us and say, "Hey, I just bought this house, or I found this deal. Like, will it make a good short-term rental?" Or "Hey, I want to try to short-term rent it." I spend a lot of time in a lot of rooms with both real estate investors and in the short-term rental community, and it's just interesting. It couldn't be more different. So I talked about what we hear from real estate investors that are trying to break into the short-term rental world, but from short-term rental investors, their conversation is very much different, right? They're identifying the market ahead of time. Hey, I found this market. It's not oversaturated. There's a solid demand. Let's look here. Now they're analyzing the market. Hey, I see that 4-bedroom homes, 5-bedroom homes are performing extremely well. 1 and 2-bedroom homes don't perform as well, right? This is a big, maybe family market or events. Now they're looking within that market, maybe within a certain area code or zip code. And so they're looking and they're saying, well, hey, I noticed that these properties all fall within the same zip code, but I see that these properties over here in this pocket, their gross income is significantly higher than these. What's going on? Oh, they're close to this sports venue, or this national park they're situated closer. So they're drilling down, and now they're saying, okay, I need to find a 4 to 5 bedroom home in this neighborhood. It needs to have these features, these amenities. And now they're going to try to find the best deal that they can, but they don't care as much about just finding a good deal or a good purchase within that overall market. They know what they need to maximize revenue, and they know they're going to create that equity because of the revenue, right? They're going to be able to pay it down much more quickly, and that property is going to perform for them over time, whereas those traditional investments, we just find a property, it's a great investment up front, but if it doesn't perform as a short-term rental, then we're going to fall behind over time, right? Because expenses are going to be high, labor is going to be high. It's a lot of time, energy, and money that goes into operating a short-term rental.
Yep. So just to recap, why invest in short-term rentals? It's just another tool. It's looked at more of, as you're analyzing, similar to analyzing commercial, like is multifamily needed in this area? Is Is self-storage needed in this area? It's very similar to short-term rentals. So the tip here is just make sure when you're looking at a different market, if you want to invest in short-term rentals, as you're looking at markets, just make sure it all matches up and you're looking at it from a perspective of, is this product needed in that market, rather than, I love this house, let's make it a short-term rental. So in the next few sections, we're really going to do a deeper dive into how to choose the right market, how to maximize your revenue, and how to pick the proper partners so that you could really have the best performing asset in whatever area you choose.